I was watching a video recently where a Gen X man was interviewing a Gen X woman. He was talking about how Gen X women are too much, but she put him in his place. She explained that Gen X women were brought up to do it all. Back in the 50s and before, a woman was only expected to take care of the house, the husband, and the kids. But Gen X women were expected to do all of that, plus work a full-time job because the man wasn't able to financially provide for the family. While Gen X men were brought up that all they had to do was work their 40-hour week, come home, and have their wife do everything for them. Maybe do some yard work on the weekends. So Gen X women had to pick up the slack. And they were expected to do this without asking for help. Now, I'm a Gen Xer, and my generation was never taught to express their emotions. You just sucked it up. And eventually, you unravel. So a Gen X woman would do all the things, but only ask for help when she got to the point of complete overwhelm, which sometimes took decades. And it would come out as if she's completely unhinged, like out of the blue, out of nowhere. And Gen X men, they didn't understand why all of a sudden their woman was yelling and screaming at them, because they thought everything was going along just fine. But don't get me wrong, some of you Gen X guys are willing to go above and beyond. But many of you just get defensive and call your woman crazy. Asking, are you on your period? You don't know how much that aggravates us. And all of this lack of communication has contributed to many divorces. And many of us that got divorced were left angry and bitter, resentful, and completely emotionally, physically, and mentally burnt out. We found out that being a single parent was hard because it wasn't supposed to be that way, because it still left us with all of the same responsibilities that we weren't able to handle on our own before. And many of us had no clue that divorce affects children in a very profound way. And we were ill-equipped to handle the fallout of their bad behavior that seemed to come out of nowhere, because we were just trying to get ourselves out of the state of overwhelm. So we didn't have the capacity to deal with that. So many of us got stress-related chronic issues. I know I did, and I think some of you can relate. But I want you to know you can do something about that and get your mind and body back into balance. You can reverse the symptoms. You have the power to transform your life into a much healthier and peaceful place. Now, it's not an overnight process, and it takes effort on your part. But I'm here to help, because if I could do it, you could do it. So send me a message if you're interested, and have a great day.